Ready? We can cut that out. See what it looks like. Welcome back to the basement greenhouse. We're going to go over a few things on air layers, why I have them, how I use them. First of all, we've got about 18 in here that were started midsummer. They all went dormant. We grafted onto a few of them. They're doing really well. These all get stored indoors around 30 degrees. First thing you want to do with your air layers is you want to pot them up into these 4x9s. We get these off Stew and Sons. Once they go dormant, we bring them inside. Sometime around December and January, we brought these ones in, woke them up for a couple days, grafted onto them, and about 6 to 8 weeks later, we're at this point. My grafting, I've chosen to do rubber bands and parafilm. That seems to work the best. So the biggest thing I like to do is all these air layers. I can share them with friends. I've traded a lot of them to other fig growers in the area. And then the next best thing is I can get this air layer for free, and I can take that and graft it onto other varieties while not spending any money on a new tree or an expensive variety, while I can practice for free. My first attempts at grafting were 100% failure, but the second and third time I had about a 50% success. So these are two of them that have made it. This tree in particular, I have 3-way graft. I have 2 varieties from Sacred Origin out of California. They were not tested in our area at all. I don't know much information about them, so I didn't want to kill them off by trying to root. And out of the 3 buds on each stick, I've got 2 for each one going. So another reason I like to do a bunch of these is I got some free cuttings that I've traded with another member in the fig community, and I like to take these and I'm able to go around and match up the correct size for grafting. And if you have a bunch of them, it makes it a lot easier to find a match. The closer they are in diameter, the easier it is to graft. The biggest thing is once they get to a couple little buds, if you overwater them, it will kill the cutting. So minimize your watering in the first couple weeks. And once the buds do come out, then put them under lights. And in about 6 to 8 weeks, this is where your growth will be. Once this tree comes springtime, I'm going to be planting this into anywhere from a 5 to a 25 gallon, depending on what I have available and what varieties I want. This one is a strawberry vert rootstock with a St. Martin top, and it seems to be hard to find for some people, so I'd like to grow this into a really large tree, and by putting it in a large pot I can do that, and I can share cuttings with some friends. This one here, we have strawberry cheesecake on each side and a cherry bourbon in the center. There isn't very many of those, and that is also one I'd like to share with friends. The best thing about the fig groups are we can trade with each other, and if you grow one and I grow one and we both want each other's variety, it works out really well. All right, so the 2 products I have here were both on FigBid. These tags, I don't ever have any issues with them breaking in the sun like I have had in the past. This is just some standard parafilm. It is the stretchy kind, and as the graft grows, it splits. I've tried other saran wrap styles and they do not work. So I would recommend both of those. Rubber bands can be had at any general store. They have worked better than anything else, and they hold the tight graft union while growing with it as it expands. Once they get so big, the rubber bands tend to snap, or I've cut them off. If they start to, when you start to see a little bit of growth going in there, kind of break them apart a little bit. They've done really well. I would recommend once you start to get growth, throw a tag on each branch so you don't forget. Maybe on your rootstock right on the backside what you've grafted to it. Everybody knows the tags disappear and you forget what you're doing. So these tags work the best. So in about 6 to 8 weeks, these will be moved outside and we'll follow up with how good they're growing. These two varieties here have, from my understanding, no cold weather short season information on them. So we're going to do some testing on them and reporting them back to Sacred Origin so everybody in the fig community will know. Follow along. We'll keep everyone updated as we go.